Nobody really warns you about this part of making more money. Not taxes, not pressure, not responsibility. Friendships. Because money doesn't just upgrade your lifestyle. Sometimes it quietly changes the way people around you respond to your existence. And it rarely happens all at once. It happens slowly. A comment here, a joke there, a weird silence you can't quite explain. At first, you tell yourself you're imagining things. Maybe you're overthinking. Maybe nothing changed at all. But as your financial life changes, certain dynamics start becoming impossible not to notice. Level 1. Broke together. At this stage, friendships often feel simple. Nobody has much, nobody expects much. Plans are cheap, excuses are understood, and financial pressure feels collective. There's something emotionally comfortable about struggling together. No one feels behind, no one feels financially exposed. At this stage, identity is rarely attached to money. You're mostly judged by personality, humor, loyalty, and presence. Level 2. First upgrade. Then, one day, your life starts improving slightly. A better paycheck, a more stable routine, a little breathing room. Nothing dramatic, but enough for people to notice. This is where small social shifts begin. Maybe you pay for dinner once. Maybe you buy nicer clothes. Maybe your habits become slightly different. And suddenly, someone jokes, "Bro, got money now." At this point, the changes are still small enough to look harmless. You're not rich, you're not showing off. You're simply becoming a little more financially stable than before. But human beings are incredibly sensitive to change inside familiar groups. And once your habits start shifting, people notice faster than you think. Level 3. Starting to pull away. As your income keeps growing, your lifestyle begins changing in ways that aren't always obvious to you. Your schedule looks different, your priorities become sharper, your financial decisions become more intentional. And slowly, you begin having less in common with people who still operate in survival mode. This is usually the first stage where friendships can start feeling slightly strange. Not because anyone openly dislikes your progress, but because growth often changes routines before it changes relationships, and routines are what friendships are quietly built on. Level 4. The comparison zone. Now the financial gap becomes more visible. You may live differently, spend differently, think differently. And even if you never mention money, your lifestyle starts communicating it for you. This is where subtle comparison energy can begin entering the friendship. Small jokes about money become more frequent, comments feel slightly sharper, and sometimes harmless conversations suddenly carry emotional undertones you didn't notice before. Level 5. The successful friend. At this stage, you are now clearly seen as the successful one. Not billionaire successful, just financially ahead enough that people begin attaching identity to your income. You stop being just Ziko, you become the friend who's doing well. And with that identity comes new social expectations. People may ask for more advice, more recommendations, more financial opinions, sometimes even more favors. Success changes how useful people perceive you to be. Level 6. Different reality. Now the gap is no longer subtle. Your life may genuinely look different. Different travel habits, different financial concerns, different long-term decisions. And that's when certain friendships naturally begin fading, not always from conflict, but from reduced relatability. Level 7. Who's actually real? At higher wealth levels, something emotionally uncomfortable becomes clearer. Not everyone is reacting to you anymore. Some people are reacting to what they believe you now represent. Access, opportunity,
resources, status. And this is where money starts revealing relationship motives with brutal honesty. Money doesn't always change your friendships. Sometimes it simply exposes which relationships were built on shared values and which ones were built on shared circumstances. Subscribe for more videos about how money quietly changes everyday life.